Hari Om. This is Yogananda Krishna, and this is your weekly insight into the world of nonsense. Every week we look at the patterns, beliefs, and habits the world has accepted as normal, but which quietly imprison the human spirit. We question them, we dismantle them, and we return to Sunya, the zero point of clarity. Today's episode is called Breaking News from the Battlefield Within. Breaking news travels fast. Missiles launched, borders violated, retaliation promised. The world holds its breath as another war ignites somewhere on the map. Leaders speak of security, generals speak of strategy, citizens speak of survival, and televisions speak endlessly. But something strange is happening. The same human beings who are terrified by the war outside seem completely comfortable with the war inside themselves. Inside us there are also borders. The border between who we are and who we think we should be. The border between our past and our present. The border between fear and trust. And every day we violate those borders. We attack ourselves with regret. We bombard ourselves with guilt. We retaliate with anger. Then we build emotional missiles called opinions and fire them at the people around us. Family becomes a battlefield. Work becomes a battlefield. Even our own mind becomes occupied territory. The Middle East is burning, but look carefully, so are we. Inside the human being lives a permanent war cabinet. The general called ego, the intelligence agency called memory, the propaganda department called fear, and the weapons factory called thought. Together, they manufacture endless conflict. You say something that hurts me. My memory retrieves an old wound. My ego demands justice. My fear predicts danger. My thoughts begin drafting retaliation. Soon, the war has begun. Not between nations, but between two nervous systems sitting across a dinner table. And like all wars, it begins with a story. They started it. They disrespected us. They must pay. This is the oldest nonsense in human history. Every war believes it is the final war. Every side believes it is righteous. Every soldier believes he is protecting something sacred. But the battlefield keeps expanding because the real enemy has never been identified. The enemy is unconsciousness. The enemy is reaction. The enemy is the mind that cannot pause before pulling the trigger. Inside Vedantikala Sattva Retreat-Resort in the mountains of Chikkamagaluru, we see this very clearly. Guests arrive carrying invisible wars, arguments that happened years ago, regrets that never ended, fears that never belonged to the present moment. And when they walk through the forest, when they sit in silence, when they eat simple, pure vegetarian and Jain-friendly food that does not inflame the body or the mind, something extraordinary begins to happen. The war inside starts losing its fuel. Silence is the greatest peace treaty ever signed. Because when awareness appears, the war cabinet dissolves. Ego has no authority. Fear has no microphone. Memory has no army. And thought finally puts down its weapons. The world will continue fighting wars. History suggests it always will. But the real revolution is much quieter. It happens when one human being refuses to continue the war within, when one person stops retaliating, stops replaying, stops rehearsing old battles, and simply returns to Sunya, the zero point where no enemy exists. This is Yogananda Krishna. Join me for your weekly dose of nonsense where we continue to peel away illusion, return to Sunya, and rediscover the intelligence that silence has always been offering. Hari Om.